Okay, let me have the right agenda here. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our April board meeting. I'm looking for a resolution for the. Do we need a motion to open the meeting? I'm looking for a motion to open the meeting.
So moved.
Motion, George.
Second.
I second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Jill, do you want to do the pledge?
I think I'm going to just not do it tonight. Thank you.
Okay.
Moving to new business. What do we have? It's going to be the acceptance of the claims report.
Minutes first.
B. Item B.
Yeah, that's a special meeting. There we go. Thank you. I just got to get the right minutes. Approval of the minutes of March 24th and March 26th, 2020.
George makes a motion.
Second. Anyone?
Second.
Any additions or corrections? Not hearing any. I'll ask for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Claims and financial treasure report.
I make a motion, George.
There's been a change in the agenda, guys. If you look on the agenda on the recommended action, approval of the claims report of February 2019. Does anyone see that?
Yep.
Yes, that should be March.
No, March is right after it.
That's just 2020.
This two motions, Joe. We've got this, and then this is only two separate motions.
I believe so.
I believe it's two separate motions. So I'm looking for a motion to approve the claims report of February 2020 and the financial treasures report.
George makes a motion.
Second?
I second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. I'm looking for a motion to approve the claims report of March 2020 and financial treasures report.
George makes a motion.
Second?
Brian makes a motion, second.
Discussion? Hearing none, I'll ask for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah. Opposed? Motion carried. Now it's time for the superintendent's report.
Okay, so I just want to start out by again, thanking our teachers, our parents, and the community for working together during this crisis. This has been an incredible partnership, whether delivering instruction or delivering food to families. I think you hear about all the positive things that are happening, and it's just really overwhelming to just really hear about how many people have really come together to provide all of these services to children and our extended community. And again, I don't think, I know our administrators are logged into this meeting, but we can't thank the teachers and the custodial staff, our teacher assistants, all the clerical. I mean, everybody really has stepped up during this
That includes the
crisis.
superintendent too.
Thank you. I unfortunately have to share that the governor extended the executive order to Friday, May 15th. So we are looking at another month of not seeing our children and being able to be connected with our staff. I know this is going to be, pretty challenging for us. We're used to the human connection and being with people and children. And so we were a month in at this point in time. I think today is something like the, 17th or 19th day of instruction like this. And it's not easy. And our parents are become teachers. I think they can't wait to give their children back to us. But, we're going to forge through this. And as we have in the first month, I know we will be able to provide the best instruction for children, whether it's academically or social and emotionally. Some more positive news, we have received a donation of over 78 Chromebooks to the district for our Latino and Hispanic population from an organization called OLA of Eastern Long Island. This significant donation has really helped us be able to really spread Chromebooks, not only to our Hispanic and Latino kids, but also to other students. So on Monday, we will be delivering Chromebooks to all second graders across the district. Will be delivered on our Monday morning bus run. Information will be going out to families tomorrow. And also a reminder will be sent on Sunday evening. More information, we're going to do some tutorials for families. This is not to take place of the hard copy instruction that we are providing, but it will be an enhancement to the instruction. We have a lot of online resources that our teachers and our tech team and administration has been able to provide families. So this is just another grade level who will be ensured to be able to access those materials. I want to give a shout out to Meg Teppenhart and Mary Ellen Gamberg, who created the Hometown Hero video. This was a video to recognize our healthcare, first responders, and police department working tirelessly to fight the battle against the coronavirus. And the Cutchogue school community wanted to show their respect by creating this video. It really highlighted alumni who are relatives of our employees at a time when we really needed that connection with the community and to show our students that connection. So this was one to celebrate our local heroes and families and to bring people together. For the community and for the Board of Education, if you hadn't had an opportunity to go to the district website and also the Cutchogue High School website, you'll see all the resources up there for our families. Some of it is these videos and things that have been created. We even have a little recognition ceremony coming up for some students who won a world language contest. So although we couldn't provide that through a board meeting, you're going to see some certificates and things that are being posted through a video so that we can continue to acknowledge children. I want to remind parents that remind parents that we continue to need their support in ensuring that students, particularly at the 7 through 12 level, practice social distancing. We see students out on the field and in parking lots and at beaches. And again, with a month left of being homebound, I think it's more important than ever that we continue to remind children that it's important to social distance. So that's pretty much it for me tonight.
Jill, this is George. I have a quick question. We have had a lot of things in place for the last month for the distant teaching. Since we need to do it for another month, do you see any changes, or we're staying the course? Everything's working really well.
Everything's working very well right now. We are listening to parent feedback. Our principals particularly are getting a lot of parent feedback of things that are working, some challenges, their experiences, and we make those adjustments based on the feedback from families, George. We still have some challenges where we're trying to get Wi-Fi to certain families. That has been little bit of an issue where Verizon and Optimum haven't been able to provide that fast enough. So we're actually waiting for mid-May to be able to get some of these hotspots. Fortunately, Jerry has been very proactive to put up where Optimum has opened up Wi-Fi in the community. And so if you go to the website, you'll see like how to access some of the hotspots within the community, one, even including off of the high school. But otherwise we're staying the course. We do recognize though that like the break that we had when we were supposed to have spring break, we made some adjustments to some project-based learning. We made a couple of things. We will also want to acknowledge that there's a lot of screen time for kids right now, which we know isn't always healthy. Like we would not certainly run school like this on a normal basis. So Cutchogue East is looking to make some adjustments with regard to screen time on Fridays. So we'll make some small adjustments, George, as we go down the line for the next month. We just heard the news today, and although we did anticipate another 2 weeks, our administrative team continues to reflect and also listen to the staff in terms of changes that need to be made.
Thanks, Joe.
Jill, how many staff do you know of have caught the virus?
So we have an online log of staff. So only 5 staff members have reported having the virus at this point in time. Again, that's an optional reporting mechanism. Nobody's required to report, but I know of 5 people who have reported.
And they're doing well?
Yes, yep. People are, some people had the virus early on and have recovered. In fact, most people more recently, or 2 people more recently, they really, were self-quarantined in 14 days, and they're already, back to health, good health.
Very good. Any other questions of the superintendent? Not hearing any, I'll go to committee reports. Audit and Finance, Mr. Connolly?
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. The Audit and Finance Committee discussed a number of items, but namely the impact of the coronavirus on the district's finances. So we talked about a number of contracts with third-party vendors, cleaning, busing, food service, things like that. And the business office is going to review those to really see what our obligations are. We also talked about state aid, which is probably going to be cut next year. We're fortunate that it's not a large revenue source for our district, but it's definitely going to be a challenge that we're going to have to address. And then we also reviewed changes to the current expenditures. There's a lot of moving pieces with the home education, but it looks like operating expenses might be lower than originally budgeted for right now. So we'll have to see how that shakes out at the end of the year. We also talked about the budget newsletter and also the budget vote, which is going to be postponed until June. We're waiting on a date. And then lastly, we talked about the audit preparation, the preliminary meetings for the audit meeting. And that's going to continue through the summer. So there'll be more about that in the future. And we also talked about the donations that Jill touched on, the food, the Chromebooks, and just really great support from the community during these difficult times. So that's really nice to see.
Yes.
And that's it for me and audit and finance. So back to you, Ms. Cooper.
Thank you, Jeff. Building safety and ground is myself. The interior door capital project is getting some go-ahead. It's being cleared by BOCES. The contract is in the hands of the person approving it and should be to us. We should receive it any day. The purchase order will be ready this week, and start time should be in about 2 months. Let's hope the work freeze doesn't interfere too much. Also, the air conditioning project, capital project. A PO has been issued, material has been ordered. They expect about 2 months to get it started. And there again, that's depends on how the economy is. Facilities inspections. We had a fire inspection is due. Frank, are you there? No, I guess not.
I'm here, Doug.
Frank, what was the story on the fire inspection?
So the fire inspection, we're going to use a private company to do the inspection, and Tom has that scheduled. I believe it's going to be. I have the date written down. I can't see it right now. It's either next week or the week after. So we should be. We're all set on getting the fire inspection done. We just had to pivot because the town isn't doing them at this time. So we've hired a private company.
Right.
It's in the next 2 weeks.
Yes. Water testing is in process, but you want to wait until we'll be installing some new water fountains, drinking fountains. So we want to wait for the water inspection until after they've been installed, so we don't have to pay for 2 water inspections. But that should be, when do you expect that, Frank?
So the inspection's not due till the end of the calendar year. So it'll be once we're done with installing the fountain. So, possibly late summer, early fall. So we have plenty of time to get that done.
I have due 12/30, so that's December. We discussed the pole barn. I received a price from a company for $49,600. So that's something to be considering. It does not include any cement flooring or electric or water. But we are still plodding along and with looking at that project. And we discussed capital reserve projects for the future. The main ones are going to be the roof, the boiler, and the multi-purpose room. And probably in that order of importance. The boiler would be the boiler at Cutchogue West, to replace that, and would leave the old boiler in place because the cost of removing it is just about the same as the cost of putting in the new one. And that's because it would have asbestos on it. So that's best not touched. And I believe that is it for myself. Curriculum and technology, Jennifer?
Thank you, Doug. We did not meet, but there have been many instructional changes. Actually, let me just take off.
Jen, I'm sorry, we couldn't hear what you just said.
They did not meet. Okay. Negotiations and personnel, Barbara Wheaton, and I'll say from what little I know, nothing has taken place there either. And policy legislative outreach, Barbara Wheaton, and nothing to be.
No,
What
the
the-
policy committee hasn't met
No.
since the last meeting.
I'm sorry, I'm here. I was having trouble with my microphone. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Jennifer.
Okay. So we did not meet, but there have been many instructional changes to report about. So we transitioned to remote learning as of March 20th. Grades K through 2nd have been receiving instructional packets. As Ms. Giresh said, grade 2 will also be receiving Chromebooks as an enhancement. Grades 3 through 12 have been using Chromebooks, and the teachers are continuing instruction through various platforms. The school's website has been a very important communication vehicle for instruction. The instruction is posted on the website. For the junior, senior high schools on a schedule. And there's also a help there for students and parents if they need help with technical issues or anything that they need help with from the school, that someone gets back to them very shortly. The Cutchogue East website also has many different components. There's theme challenges, read aloud, spirit week, concert series, digital art gallery, even music from the Cutchogue East Music Department. Great different components of the Cutchogue East community. And as Ms. Giresh mentioned before, very special Hometown Heroes video on the website which is, it's wonderful to watch. It would definitely be recommended to watch. Thank you to Mrs. Peppenhart, Ms. Gamberg, Ms. Sorney, who've been working on the school's website because it's been evolving every day. And I just want to say amazing job to our teachers, administrators, and staff for the work that they've done to continue providing high quality of education during these unprecedented times. So thank you.
Thanks, Jennifer. I just do want to add that K through 6 continue to receive instructional materials on the bus runs every Monday, but now grades 2 through 12 will also have the digital component. So there are also resources for K and 1 families who can access digital resources, but it's not just the it's not more of a focus on the K and 1 program. I do just want to add one other piece to the instructional component. Kathy, Devine, and Sean have been able to highlight the Mattituck-Cutchogue plan with other districts. We get web calls and different conferences with other districts, and nothing that they have seen compares to the Mattituck-Cutchogue instructional plan in terms of some of the things that Mrs. Anderson just hit. There's an art piece, there's a phys ed piece, there is musical concerts, there's an art gallery going up. So each week it changes. For the high school to be able to have students connected with their teachers every day, period. I was on the phone with the superintendent this morning, and he was saying that his parents are requesting the period by period instructional plan. So that kids are connected with their teachers. So the fact that Mr. Petretti and his staff has been able to offer a program like that really, is a huge shout out to the staff and the administrative team, because again, I think that's more valuable, that the child has the connection with the teacher on a daily basis. And I think that's really what's kept us going.
Yes, I think that's very important, the student to teacher connection. I just had a question, Ms. Giresh. So the state assessments for grades 3 through 8 were canceled, as well as the regents?
Correct.
And will there be a final exam for those courses?
Yes, so a letter is up on the district website that talks about how students can be accredited for their Regents courses, but there will be, in Regents courses and some other classes, there may be a final exam attached to that in place of the Regents exam. However, the details of that are still to be worked out, class by class and course by course.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Just one other item that I neglected on the buildings and grounds. We're still looking at solar, and I asked Tom Kelly to talk to 3 companies that are in the business of doing solar that that the lighting company gave us the names of. PSEG gave us the names of 3 companies, and he will try and set up a meeting, or undoubtedly over the computer, to interview these companies and just see what we can learn. There's nothing in the works. It's just that I would like to see this project go along, maybe, and we need information. So that'll be coming up in the future sometime, I hope.
Yeah, Doug, we had planned.
We had planned on touring a couple of schools up the island where they are putting solar in, but that got canceled because school got canceled. It closed down. Thank you, Jill. Under new business, on the personnel, I'd like a motion for items A through C.
George makes the motion.
Second,
Second.
discussion. Well, I'll discuss item B, letter to intent to retire from Sam Strickland. Sam was here when I first got here, and he was probably a new young guy, just like maybe I was. I'll miss him, And so all I can do is say thank you, Sam, for all your years of work. Thank you.
Well, you have one more year with Sam, because you'll notice it's not till 2021.
Yes. Oh, shoot.
Doug, I share your sentiment, even though it's a year from now. When I was in high school, he was one of the nicest custodians. He reached out to all the kids in our class, and he just was a nice guy. And I'm glad for his service to the district, and I'm glad his son works with us also. They're a nice family.
Another nice young man, yes.
Yes, agreed.
Okay, all in favor? Any more discussion first on anything? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion is approved. Resolutions A through D. I'd like to ask for a motion and a second.
Motion.
Second,
I'll second.
discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yep.
Okay.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I just want to say on the property tax report card, that will be filed after this meeting. And we are still waiting to put out that budget newsletter, which will have all the details of this budget. But because the budget vote has been postponed till at least June 1st, I'm not sure the budget newsletter will go out right away, or the budget newsletter will include a TBD in terms of the budget vote itself. So more information to follow on that. But as soon as I have the budget newsletter confirmed, and whether we have to put it out as a TBD, I'd rather have the community have the information on the budget, ahead of time, even if the budget vote has been postponed. I also want to say that Barbara Wheaton has joined the meeting.
Hello, everyone.
Glad you
Barbara.
could make it, Barbara.
I apologize for acting my age.
Little technical difficulties. It's okay, Barbara.
Thank you.
I would just like to add that with the budget, that we don't know what the economy is going to do this coming year. And for next year, I think we're going to have to try and keep the budget as tight as we can and do what we can anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna actually calculate some savings, as we mentioned earlier in the meeting, and try to figure out, we've certain a significant athletic savings. There's significant costs to not running the spring season at this point in time. Not cost savings at this point in time. So we had a light winter when it came to snow. So that and heating costs was certainly a mild winter. So we'll see some savings in that area. Additional transportation costs that, after school and those kind of things, although we still have to pay a transportation contract, and we are using the transportation services. We're not using food service. All our food service has come through donations at this point in time. There are some cleaning contracts that are outside of the CSEA contract that we won't be paying for the next month, for a month and a half. So there's quite a bit of savings during this time period. And as I think Jeff mentioned, we could experience some mid-year cuts in state aid, and we need to anticipate that. So we just need to be mindful of all these things. And yes, we still need to continue to, make the needed repairs. And so that capital reserve and that repair reserve are really two important components of this budget.
Yep. As well as the TRS system reserve, ERS. Okay, at this time, maybe Barbara would like to close the meeting down.
Did we finish the
Yeah,
entire?
we're done. You came at the right time, Bob.
Okay, then I guess I'm asking for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
George makes a
I'll make a
motion.
motion.
You know what?
But Jen, Barbara, is there
Yeah.
anything that you wanted to add? You just
Yeah, let me just,
Hold on one second, everyone.
I just, if I can find it, and if I pull it with me. That was probably. No, I left it at home. Actually, let me just say it spontaneously. I just wanted to say, did we do this already? Thank you so much to our administration, to Jill, to the admin team, to the teachers, to the staff, to everybody who works so hard to pull off what has been pulled off seamlessly because of the love for the children. And I've seen some of the kids and they're good, they're happy, it's an adventure for them. And so thank you from the bottom of our hearts, you know, from the Board of Ed. We're so proud of you, Mattituck. So
And we all second that.
Yes,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
What an adventure that we never wanted to have.
I think the parents want to give their children back to us.
Yeah. They will appreciate their teachers. I got that. Okay, so
Okay,
now,
adjourn.
okay. Do we need a motion or we
We
already
have the
adjourned?
motion to adjourn. You want to vote?
Yes.
All in favor? Yep.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, anyone? Okay.
Thank you,
motion's carried.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you all.
admin team, for logging
Thank you.
in tonight. Appreciate you coming.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know.
I'm gonna end the meeting.
Okay. No, haven't.